mynews.studio.
In Sri Lanka, a demining team has cleared more landmines than there are people in Pittsburgh. How did they actually manage to do it?
Today is November 17th, 2025. Let's jump right in. Sri Lanka just finished clearing 300,000 landmines from an area even bigger than Manhattan. Now, 280,000 people who were displaced for years can finally return home. That isn't just a number. It's like a whole city's worth of people getting their lives back.
It's such a huge accomplishment. 16 years of work, and clearing mines is so much more than just digging. We're talking about finding, removing, and then safely destroying every single mine. These were left after decades of conflict, right? Entire communities couldn't live there until now.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is the approach. They used evidence-based surveys plus a pretty advanced data system to guide the whole process. Why is that important? Because you really can't clear what you can't identify in the first place. With accurate mapping, the risk drops for families coming home.
And it wasn't just experts flown in from outside. A lot of the demining work was actually led by locals, including people who'd survived landmine accidents themselves. That isn't just practical, it also builds trust. But let's be honest, the logistics must have been overwhelming. How do you even start organizing something like this?
Picture this: hundreds of people, machines, and dogs all working together. Sometimes they're in thick jungle, other times in old battle zones. The teams had to deal with everything: bad weather, unexploded ordnance buried deep underground, and every step needed to be planned to avoid accidents. But why take on these risks? For these communities, landmines aren't just dangerous. They also keep people from farming, working, or sending their kids to school. It's not just a physical issue. It's economic and psychological too.
Right, and once an area is cleared, it's not like people can just move back in overnight. There's a whole system to support them. Sri Lanka's mine action program includes risk education, so if there's any danger left, people know what to watch for. Plus, they have victim assistance programs, medical care, rehab, and even jobs for survivors in the demining teams.
So it's much more than just removing mines. It's about restoring daily life, people farming, building, sending their children to school. And it's working. Accidents from landmines have dropped a lot in the areas that have been cleared.
And Sri Lanka's approach is having an impact beyond its borders. Their methods are influencing work in places like Afghanistan and Colombia. Of course, there's still plenty left to do. Some areas are still contaminated, and sometimes new ones are found. And funding isn't always guaranteed.
That's really important. International support from NGOs and partner governments is crucial. Without steady funding, projects can grind to a halt. And as you said, new contaminated areas sometimes come up. So the job's not finished until every last mine is gone. Do you think Sri Lanka will meet its goal to be completely mine-free by 2028?
That's the big question. It's a race against both time and resources. But what Sri Lanka's already accomplished serves as a model. They used evidence, relied on local knowledge, and aimed for long-term community safety.
Let's quickly recap. Sri Lanka cleared 300,000 landmines, letting 280,000 people come back home. They used modern mapping, local teams, and strong support for survivors. It's not over, but their approach is a blueprint for other countries dealing with the same problem.
And that's why this story matters, not just for Sri Lanka, but for any region recovering from conflict. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.